Okay. So, Ragnar's two friends are over here. And earlier tonight, they got into, I guess, a fight with Octavia. So, it's curious to see if they're no longer the friends. I thought they were. We just came back from Raggy's run. And Raggy's like patrolling the yard. The dog comes, I just hear the growling at the door. And I heard like a scuffled growling on the road. And normally I would think that they're fighting and I would freak out, but after all the Caesar Milan and Hamilton dog training, and I think those are the ones. Yeah, a couple others, but I don't get, if I don't know the name, then. But yeah. So it's a lot of, oh my god, my light's not turning off. How do you do that? So it's a lot of sorry. It's like, dog aggression, or like, wild animals, they talk or something, the way they growl. And my baby, he's a husky, and he's not fixed. He's like a young pup, not a pup. He's like not a teenager. I don't know. He's, I don't know, a couple years old. I have no idea. And the other two, well, one's another husky, but it's a girl, and the other dog's like a German Shepherd. But those are the two, like, that keep taunting my dog. Turns out they're kind of homeless. My neighbors that live next to me, unbeknownst to everybody, they were running a puppy mill. And within like a weekend, boom, the whole family was gone. Very strange. Why is these lights? Okay. The whole family was gone. They just moved out. And what they left behind was, I don't know, just a bunch of, I don't think there's any dead animals. But it just was, I don't know, like a feet or 2 feet. The way my daughter described it, with high, just in feces in the bedrooms. And this is next, like right next, well, actually, let's see. Okay, well, can't really see. Well, it's just right there. It's completely dark. But see, it's next door. If I go right here, there's one of my windows, and next door. So close. So yeah, you would think, well, not me personally. My sense of smell is not that keen. Yeah, but feces and there was a lot of feces and blood. Just blood. I'm like, what the heck would there be blood for? It's puppy milling. Like, what would there be blood for? My daughters are like, well, like they're a puppy miller. But so I'm assuming she's meaning like they have babies. But like if she had babies, the dogs don't leave blood everywhere. That's like humans. So why would there be so much? She said there's a lot of blood. And if anything, the mother dogs, they eat everything, like the placenta and And the afterbirth, I mean, they clean all that up. It's not like a human. We just, lay there and they pull a baby out and then all the fluids. Damn, there's a lot of fluid exchange when you have a baby. Never gave that one a thought. But all the, what is it, embryonic fluid. The water breaks, bam, water. That's so weird because I went through all that. Well, had babies, but they don't give you extra water. I had cesarean, so I had to I got water from a sponge stick, and a not like soaked up sponge stick. So damn. Okay, so then the water breaks, and then the placenta. Okay, the one thing I didn't know because it's cesarean, but I was with my daughter-in-law when she had my grandsons, and she had natural birth. May she rest in peace. But she had the baby, and everyone's around the baby, and it was like, it's the baby, little boy. And I could hear her, and then all of a sudden I'm like, she's not with us, I know that the doctors were with her or something, but I don't know, something, I don't know. But I went over there and I went to go talk to her, and she's like in pain, kind of. And I coached her through, kind of awesomely, but I coached her through pushing the baby out. Because I cracked the code. Anyways, so she was there. Oh, okay, it took her back, and she had to give birth again to her placenta, I guess, bag. And I'm like, what? And she's pushing, and I'm like, what the heck? I never heard of this ever. Never. So the baby comes out, and she still had a bag inside her, and she had to push it out like giving birth. Why has no one ever said that? Isn't that weird? I think it's very weird. But anyway, so she gave birth to this thing, and she was like it's weird too. Weird. The room she had the baby in, she stayed, and that was her room, hospital room. And this is the labor and delivery, so it's not a regular room, if just someone who's not pregnant, if they're in a hospital room, at least it's contained into, not through the whole hospital, I guess, but they stay in the same room, so they give birth, and I don't know, and I'm sure not cesareans, but yeah, women, they let a lot of fluids out. And, I'm sure they mop it up, pretty good, but that's still biohazards. And they stay in the room with the biohazards. They clean it, but how well can you clean that to know it's clean? If it's a mop, that's kind of smearing everything, collecting it and smearing it. Even if you're I'm sure they don't use mops, because that just sounds really gross when it comes to a hospital where, a whole birthing is done. Oh my God, can you imagine all the bodily fluids? Because natural birth giving, they can throw out some BMs, as they're pushing out, because they're the epidural where they're kind of numb down there, or the nerves, but that stuff comes out with the baby. Not all the time. At least that's, I only know 2 people who told me that. And I only remember one of them. So, yeah, I know two. I just don't. I just can say one. But yeah, just bodily fluids all in the hospitals. Yeah. I remember I was at the emergency room and something was, maybe there was a kid in there, but the nurse or whomever were telling them, like, don't put anything on the ground or don't, something like that on the ground. And she looked at me, or he, I don't remember, but they looked, whoever, they looked at me so seriously. And I'm like, oh crap, because it just sunk in. Like I got what they meant. Like, it's a hospital. People can throw up. Oh God. But throw up and, wherever blood, and that's a lot of biohazards. And with all that biohazards, jeez. You think it'd be cleaned, that someone would be cleaning it like constantly all the time. I know they have those bacterial wipes. And those are pretty impressive, but it's still just a wipe. Like if you picked up poo and squeezed it in your arm, seriously, and maybe rinsed it off with urine. I'm probably going way too far. And dropped a bullet on it. I could have stopped at poop, actually. Okay. Would you? And you had a bacterial or antibacterial, but those and those alcohol wipes, like a baby wipe, but it's more industrial, like for cleaning. Would you feel comfortable, wiping your hands clean? Wiping it, and then there's, with the wipe, like wiping it. At least till, no fecal matters are on your hand. So you can't visibly see it, but you're just using the alcohol wipe. Or would you rather go to a sink with running water, some hand soap, hot running water, and just scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing and rinsing and scrubbing and scrubbing, and you think of the poop and the pee.